This is QTV News. I am Mariettu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. Coming up, it's a public holiday across the country as Assumption Day St. Mary is celebrated. Is the Ministry of Justice on the verge of collapse? Well, the building housing the institution is solid, but they are short of workers. PDOIS Secretary General Halifa Sallah rounds on his critics, accusing them of dishonesty. Eid is over, and many now have to face up dealing with the financial realities they may have put to one side to make sure they had a wonderful Eid. Gambia keeper Al-Haji Job has moved clubs to join a side in Saudi Arabia. For more on this and other stories, stay tuned. The Gambia government declared August 15th a national public holiday in honor of Christians of the Catholic faith celebrating the major feast of Assumption Day. Aisha Jany attended a mass at the cathedral in Banjul and she now reports.
Catholics in the Gambia today celebrate the feast of Assumption Day, known as Saint Mary, but locally pronounced as Sang Mary by people in the Senegambia region. Sang Mary marks when Catholics and members of Christian Orthodox believe the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus Christ, ended her earthly life and God assumed or raised her body and soul into heavenly glory. On this holy day of obligation, Catholics are required to attend Mass. The cathedral in Banjul today bustled with hundreds of Catholics from all over the country, who gathered for morning Mass in their beautiful, vibrant outfits. The Mass was led by Gabriel Mendy, Bishop of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Banjul, who gave a sermon urging Catholics to embody Mary.
This means that we too, like Mary, we will be free from sin and corruption if we, like Mary, faithful and obedient to God's word in our lives.
Marie Mendy, a Senegalese businesswoman, lays a table filled with a variety of Catholic items such as rosaries, clothes, candles, crucifixes, holy water, and even incense. She explains their significance.
Incense plays an important role in our faith. The incense is first of all purified by the Father. When you light the incense during prayers, your prayers will travel up the heavens, just like the incense smoke.
Rosalie Manga expressed her preference for rain, as it symbolizes the downpour of grace and blessings from heaven.
Today is an exceptional day for us. What will make this feast even better for us today is to have a downpour of rain. Then we can say, Blessed Mother Mary has been washed by the rain.
John Roberts observes that the joyous feast this year is a joint celebration, as it coincides with the closure of the Muslim feast of Tobaski. He calls on Muslims to come out in their numbers to celebrate love and unity. Come rain, come shine, the day is filled with a burst of celebrations ranging from the police band, musical renditions of songs about Mary, food and refreshments, display of talents, and much more. Aisha Jany for QTV News.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Tambadou, has raised the red flag that his ministry is on the brink of collapsing due to inadequate personnel. Tambadou is worried that the ministry's shortage of lawyers to support him in delivering justice with speed will affect the government's reform process. He described this revelation as a warning shot to people about the ministry's human resource constraints. Here is an excerpt.
I have 17 lawyers, only 17 lawyers, to help me with our work and provide legal services to government, to appear in court, to go to meetings, 17. I have had to bring this to the attention of His Excellency the President because of the criticality of the situation. I have lost a lot of staff to all these commissions. They have moved on to advance their careers quite naturally. That's what we all aspire to do in our lives. And I just can't compete with the conditions of service that other institutions are offering. And so my staff are leaving me, unfortunately, at a time when I most need them. But I do not blame them. I think I would have done the same if I were in their shoes. And what I need is the support to this ministry to be able to retain those who are left here and to attract, perhaps attract them back here to this ministry. If those conditions of service are improved, I think it will go a long way to helping me. If they are not, well, as I said, this is a warning shot to all of you, and it will significantly impact the speed of our reform agenda in the justice sector. I am pretty much down on my knees in terms of personnel and manpower. That's the reality on the ground. So it will take me some time, but I believe Uncle Pap Sen will not let me rest in terms of moving forward with that Freedom of Information Bill. But we have every intention and commitment to do so.
The Secretary General of the People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism Party, Halifa Sallah, has accused his party's critics of being dishonest, saying allegations of greed levied against him are unfounded. He was speaking at the press conference held at his party's secretariat on Tuesday. And Sumana Esonyase reports.
Speaking to journalists, Sallah said given the role that his party played towards the formation of Coalition 2016, which propelled President Barrow to power, his party executives had every opportunity to demand top positions in government, but they didn't. He said those accusing him of greed are being dishonest, adding that his party has the country's best interest at heart.
So if we had a plot, then I think we would have demanded that we'll be made vice president, that is the Doi people. We'll demand that make us vice president. If not the vice president, we'll demand make us speaker. I want all honest Gambians now to tell me, if I really sincerely wanted to be Speaker of the National Assembly, and I go to President Barrow, who was working very closely with me, that make me Speaker of the National Assembly, I sincerely believe that he will make me Speaker of the National Assembly. Even if he doesn't make me Vice President, I think he will make me Speaker of the National Assembly. So where is the greed? Where is the hunger for power? Where is the hunger for position?
Speaking further, Sallah said the formation of Coalition 2016 was done in the interest of liberating the country from dictatorial rule. However, he believes that the coalition's disintegration came about after some key members of the coalition defied the agreements that brought them together, thereby defeating part of the purpose for which it was formed.
Everything was done with sincerity and unanimity. Unanimity. Not consensus. No dissent. My God. Where in the world have you ever seen that? That has never happened anywhere. That is why Gambia was endeared to the world. Gambia became an example of the world. So in essence, if now people are demanding from us that we should speak out, what do you want us to say? To speak with anger? When you, the people, who are now demanding that we should speak out, when the coalition was being dismantled, we said, let's work together in cabinet. Those can go to the National Assembly, all independent National Assembly members. Let's have an independent country. No party will emerge because we are on a level ground. After, let's all work together. But others said, no, they don't want parties to die. What did you say at that time?
He challenged Gambians to take charge of their destiny by contributing towards the country's socio-economic advancement. Using the president's infamous phrase, "Where were you?" Sallah took a swipe at his critics who accused him of staying silent while the coalition disintegrated. Ansumana Isonyasi for QTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break and the news continues when we return.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy QPower to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell QPower code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
QPower, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
It is the new era in broadcasting. We showed it to you with our continuously improving content with thousands of viewers around the world. Now, how do you take advantage of our existing and constantly increasing viewership? Advertise with QTV and reach a large audience. Call us on 3244 or email marketing@qtv.gm. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. QTV Gambia. QTV, a new era in broadcasting.
Coinciding with the reopening of schools, many Gambians go through financial hassles after Eid al-Adha. Most spend an excess amount of money providing for their family needs over the period. Others, however, claim their spending in this way is based on religion. Ajifatu Bintumbub has more on this story.
In order to make their families happy, the average Gambian deems it necessary to provide for their families to ensure they have a comfortable and special Eid. This ranges from the buying of well-tailored clothes, shoes, and expensive rams to celebrate the feast. However, in the aftermath of Eid, many face financial problems with lots of responsibilities awaiting them. Drame Jaju, a family man, states the financial problems he faces after the Eid.
Spending body man. Yeah. So much right now. Yeah. So
things are not easy at these times. We have spent a lot. I have to take my wife up country so that she can observe it there with my family. Then I have to come back that same night to hustle again for a living.
Whilst most base the excess spending on religion, which can be disputed, some believe it's a must to provide the necessities for the family, especially the kids, on this special occasion. Kabiru Sise is a truck driver. He also faces these same problems, but he explains why he deems it necessary to provide for his family even though he is not financially stable.
Ya tonyala salo wato nung kujamale organize pour ko ngana salo tambindala.
My wife and I made so many preparations to make our kids happy. I may not be earning much, but I made sure to buy everything needed in the house, ram included. And my family, especially the kids, needed to happily celebrate it like others are celebrating it.
As the reopening of schools draws closer, many believe this is the period where the aftermath of excess spending of the Eid will be most keenly felt, as the provision of school necessities is equally important. Antoboy expresses more.
The reopening of school will be difficult for us because the period of Eid and the reopening of schools is very short. However, we all know how expensive things were, and business might not go as it should right after Eid. So to include school expenditures in these times will be real tough. But God is good. He paved the way during Eid. I believe He will pave a way for us again this time around.
Ajifatu Bintumbub, QTV News.
5 sporting disciplines, 21 athletes, 6 coaches, team doctor and a press attaché have left Banjul for the All-African Games to be held in the cities of Rabat and Casablanca in Morocco. The Gambia is for the first time participating with this number of athletes representatives thanks to support from government and the Gambia National Olympic Committee. Before departing Banjul, they briefed the press on their level of preparations ahead of the 12th edition of the Africa Mini Olympics. Babukar C has the rest of the story.
A squad of 21 athletes and officials will fly Gambia's flag high at this year's African Games to be held in Morocco from August 16 to the 31st. The team will have representation in 5 out of 26 sporting disciplines being contested at the Games. As usual at the African Games, Team Gambia's biggest contingent will come from athletics with a total of 9 athletes. Other disciplines represented are beach volleyball, swimming, judo and basketball 3-on-3. Before departing Banjul for the Games, the team and officials, joined by government reps and the National Olympic Committee, held a press briefing on Tuesday to share the level of preparedness and expectations from the Gambian team in Morocco. The Secretary General of the Gambia National Olympic Committee, Abdoulaye Jallow, said all the logistical arrangements are in place and the efforts put in place by the NOC and government will only help improve the performance of the athletes in their various sporting disciplines.
We have really tried to make sure that everything that needs to be done in terms of preparing for the Games is done. The government also has committed all what they need to commit, given the bigger resources, to commit the resources that would enable the team to participate meaningfully. We all know that sports is important, but in a country that is highly dependent on taxes, obviously we understand when resources are hard to come by. But I think the collaboration that we have had this time around can only get better in working between the GNOC and government.
Speaking on behalf of government, the Executive Secretary of the National Sports Council, Marcel Mendy, expects a better performance from the athletes compared to previous outings.
We are quite pleased and satisfied and are very confident that our athletes will put up some very good performances. I mean, they have always done so, particularly at the previous games. We had won a few medals so far at the African Games. I remember very well at the last one we won a medal in judo. We went to the semi-finals in some of the events. One, we even hope to build on that and probably even do better. As a government, we are quite pleased and working very well to ensure that everything that is needed by the athletes is being provided for, of course in collaboration with the GNOC.
The head coach of the Gambia judo team, Jorgen Javis, said his boys are fully prepared for the Games and hoping to at least come home with a medal.
Their preparation is hopefully to a very high standard, and I hope I've given them all the knowledge and practice that they need. The training at present right now has been lowered, so there are no injuries or anything like that. They do a little bit, but they show great promise, and we'll hope to bring medals back for the Gambia. And I hope that everybody will help them along on their way, and hope to be able to see on the TV if it's there.
Team Gambia comprises of Olympians Adama Jame and Gina Bass on the track, beach volleyball Continental Cup finalists Abi Kujabi and Fatoumata Cissé, and Qatar Prince Cup winners Seni Jawo Mbai Babu Jara, World Championship contestant Abdurrahman Cissé, and his partner for judo and experienced swimmers at the basketball 3-on-3. Formerly known as All African Games, the African Games is an important multi-sport event and a premier pinnacle of continental games held every 4 years, 1 year before the Olympic Games. Babukar C, QTV News.
A Saudi-based Jeddah club have completed the signing of Gambia goalkeeper Alhaji Modi Job on a 1-year contract for an undisclosed fee. Job Elias Toldo joins the team from the Maiduguri-based Al-Kanemi Warriors in the Nigerian Football League. Aliou Cisse reports.
Toldo started his professional journey after joining Senegalese league football side Nyari Tali from the Gambia's top league side Real de Banjul in a permanent transfer in 2014, winning the 2015 Senegalese FA Cup with them. Job would later move to join Linguère of St. Louis in Senegal on loan from Nyari Tali. In 2017, Job left Senegal, moving to the Nigerian side Al-Kanemi Warriors. Job sees his latest transfer to the Jeddah club as a great achievement for a goalkeeper. The Jeddah club plays in the Prince Mohammed bin Salman League, the second division of professional football in Saudi Arabia.
This is a new level. It's a new tough chapter in my life, in my career. So what I'm aiming for is to come here to play and help the team to promote to the first division. That's my aim. Because football is all about challenge. So this is a new challenge from different league from Africa to Asia, and the football is different. So you need to cope as fast as possible to get into the team. So far so good, everything is going fine. My aim is to put the team into higher level. That's my aim.
The former Real de Banjul goalkeeper, who has captained the Gambia national team for several years, has been the man between the posts for the country's team for the past decade. He is the second player after Gambia's forward Baboucarr Sif Traoré to play in the Saudi leagues. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Before we end this bulletin of the news, let's take a quick look at our main stories. The Gambian government declared August 15th a national public holiday in honor of Christians of the Catholic faith celebrating the major feast of Assumption Day. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Tambadou, has raised the red flag that his ministry is on the brink of collapsing due to inadequate personnel. Tambadou is worried that the ministry's shortage of lawyers to support him in delivering justice with speed will affect the government's reform process. The Secretary General of the People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism Party, Halifa Sallah, has accused his party's critics of being dishonest, saying allegations of greed leveled against him are unfounded. He was speaking at the press conference held at his party's secretariat on Tuesday. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.